Let's talk some Formula One. Charles Leclerc produced another immaculate lap to steal pole position from Sergio Perez in Baku, and that's for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. The Ferrari driver shaved 2/10 off of Perez's time, leaving his teammate Max Verstappen in third place. Sir Lewis Hamilton's F1 woes continue, with the Mercedes driver having to settle for 7th place. Now, joining us in studio to look ahead to the race is F1 Analyst Lufefe Mayekiso. A very good morning to you once again, Fluffy. Let's just get right into it.
Yeah.
He's doing everything he can, that he should, to ensure that, firstly, he wins all the races, and I suppose because that's what he wants, he wins the championship. But then you get strategy, poor strategy, that lets him down. He was supposed to win in Monaco at the last race, and he finished 4th. That's his home Grand Prix. He's gone and done what he's done in this particular lap to ensure that he puts himself in a great position to win this race. Strategy is going to be important to ensure that Charles Leclerc wins today.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, as you said, his Monaco hoodoos carried on because he's never won at Monaco, and he's had so much bad luck, even though he's been on pole twice there already. So strategy will be key today, but I also think with the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, natural speed is very important because there are long straights. Red Bull, they seem to have a 9-kilometer-an-hour advantage over Ferrari on the straight line, on the speed traps. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it goes.
But can Max Verstappen then come off of third to overtake? Because a lot of people don't trust Sergio Perez, although he, of course, he has gotten the win under his belt so far this season, and he is driving a Red Bull, and he does seem to have a bit of confidence. But a lot of people who watch Formula One would rather give it to Max Verstappen to challenge Charles Leclerc, especially on those straights.
Well, before the last race, if you remember in Spain, Sergio Perez was asked to move aside for Max Verstappen. But after that win in Monaco, he looks a completely different man, in my opinion. So I wouldn't write him off. And also, Sergio, he is in the latter stages of his career. So for him, this is probably his last opportunity, including the 2-year contract extension he signed last Monday to win a championship, because he's around 32, 33. So for me, I don't think he's going to back down. And if you heard the radio message at the Spanish Grand Prix, he said he's happy for the team, but we'll have to talk about this. And I heard Christian Horner, the team principal of Red Bull, when he was asked by Damon Hill if there is a #1 driver at Red Bull, and he said the #1 driver is the one who's ahead. So I think it's fair game for anyone. For me, Charles, he should be the favorite, but the Red Bulls are also looking very strong this weekend.
Here's a conversation that keeps happening on the sidelines, because obviously the focus is on Charles Leclerc, it's on Max Verstappen, and of course Sergio Perez. It's on the battle between Ferrari and Red Bull, and of course the disappointment of Mercedes. But a conversation that keeps happening that people are not really focusing too much on until the trigger is pulled is that of Daniel Ricciardo. Daniel Ricciardo might lose his seat this year, and in fact he might not even have anybody that pulls him in for next season. He's not having the greatest of time. Lando Norris is not having a good time himself either. I mean, they're both sitting 11th and 12th on the grid starting today. But Daniel Ricciardo, there are concerns that, especially with the statement coming out of McLaren, Zach Brown saying that we are obviously concerned. He is a great driver, but we are concerned. We are seeing that he's not performing as we expected him to. That essentially says, I mean, when I think about it in football terms with coaches, they're saying that we're going to kick you out unless you start doing miracles, which, I mean, at the rate he's going, he's not going to do any miracles.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about the Honey Badger as well. I think he's contracted until the end of next season. It's not common in F1, unlike football, for them to cancel a contract, except with Red Bull and AlphaTauri, of course. So it would be a surprise for me if they didn't allow him to finish his contract. But yeah, he needs to do something. Look, for him to be one place behind Lando Norris this weekend, I think is a positive, even though it's 12th place. But at least the gap between the two drivers is not as big as what we've seen so far this season.
I want to, obviously, before we're running out of time very quickly, but I have two questions for you. One of them being the bottom end, the Mick Schumacher's,
tail end,
the Latifis, all of those guys that keep struggling. Are they ever going to get it right? Are they ever going to, can we ever see a Mick Schumacher sitting, in the top 5?
I don't know at Haas, but if you look at his teammate Kevin Magnussen, he's put in some strong results this season, and that sort of has exposed the young Mick Schumacher. So hopefully, let's give him more time. It's only his second season in F1. The Haas has not done any upgrades for the last 3 races, and they say we won't really see any until France, I think. So let's see how he goes, maybe with a bit of luck. I mean, today's race, it's very unpredictable. There could be red flags, safety cars, so you never know.
And in a parting shot, I mean, obviously we don't have you in studio all the time. It's only now and then on race time. So where would we get more of your analysis? Where do you do any content creation of analysis?
Yes, of course. We've got a Formula One fan channel called Moto ZAR TV. So Moto for engine, ZAR for South Africa. So it's MotoZar_TV. We are on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so that's where you can find us under that handle, MotoZar_TV.
All right, Fluffy, thank you so much, man, for joining us. And of course, we do look forward to seeing what is going to be happening in Baku today. Of course, that is the Azerbaijan Grand Prix taking place. Of course, today it should be starting in about 3 hours or so. It's an early race this afternoon, so if you want to catch it, it's out around 1 o'clock. We do know that Charles Leclerc is sitting at the top of the pole position, looking to, do better than what he got in Monaco, which wasn't really his fault. It was strategy, and actually go on to win this race. But he does have the challenge of the Red Bull duo, that is Sergio Perez and, of course, Max Verstappen, the world champion. But